Hi, welcome to the video. So today I'm going to talk about and demonstrate bitonal arpeggios. So I wrote out the first 11 possibilities from this book, Thesaurus of Scales and Melodic Patterns by Slonimsky. This book, honestly, is, when I first got it, I found it very overwhelming, and I still kind of do, but I want to revisit it because I think there's a lot of good information in there. But the first section is 1,300 different patterns, either scales, arpeggios, or melodic patterns, and then it continues with, I believe it's 46 more pages after the original 1,300. So I'm going to show 11 on it. I'm going to show he's got 23 possible bitonal arpeggios. Basically, he starts each one on a C major, and then he uses a different, either natural, sharp, or flat key. So, for example, C major to C minor, C major to D flat, C major to C sharp minor, etc. Now, his definition, basically, you can probably guess from what I was just listing, is a melodic progressions formed of alternating arpeggios in different keys. Now, I've done other videos where I combine different arpeggios together, and I've mostly done those all in one key. Some of these could overlap into this. Because, for example, if I'm doing C major to a G major, usually I'm not going to necessarily think of that as the key of C major to the key of G major, like what he's saying. I would think of it as a key of C major, doing the root position, and then going to the Mixolydian position or the 5 chord and playing the G major in the same key. Either way is okay, but the majority of the ones here will be the sharps and flats and things that don't necessarily fit in the same key, but they're all going to start with a C major. And to make this more interesting, I purposely used 8 different C major fingerings, so you wouldn't just have the same fingering in the different arpeggio after each one. So there's 11 different arpeggios, and they start with 8 different C major things to start with it. Each one of the second ones that it alternates to will be usually in the second inversion, because that's the note that comes next in most cases. There will be a couple there in the first inversion, meaning start off the third instead of starting off the fifth of the triad. All these are triads. And there was, I think, one that's in root position for the second arpeggio. Some of these, they was originally written in piano, and it was done as 4 octaves. For guitar, I took it down to only 2 to 3 octaves. A lot of them are 2.5, so like 2 octaves and then 1 or 2 notes from the 3rd octave. Because it's just not practical playing 4 octave shapes on guitar for most part. Now, because it's alternating, if I do get into the 3rd octave, it'd be C major, whatever the second one is, and then C major again. Of course, you can move these start on any notes, so you can play these off any major. It wouldn't have to be C major, but all these, so you can compare them, will start with C major. So let me jump into this. So the first one I'm starting down here, I'm going to go, that's C major, and all these are triads again, and then I'm going to go C minor. So that's the first one. Second one, we'll go to a D major, and start with a different C major on it. And then I'm basically coming from this this is D flat, this D flat major right here. So then it's going to be 6, 6, 6, and then you're going to C major, which is coming from, but I'm just playing the 5 and the root, so it'd be like this. Sorry, so I'm kind of sight reading these because on prepping for this, trying to decide which ones to use, I played probably 3 to 5 different ones for each one of these, and most of these I would say I probably never played before I wrote them up for this video. It's purposely doing a variety of different ones. So that was the D flat, and this is C to C sharp minor. So I'm starting up here now, C major, and then I'm going to use this kind of like a D minor shape, moved up here to C sharp. The root would be this, starting again on the 5, so it's, and I'm hitting the G note from the C major. So that's the third one. The fourth one is C to D. So, the main point of this is listen to them. If you like the sound of one, then try that, and maybe try it in different fingerings. If there's one that you really want me to, or to put a video specifically on and show a bunch of different fingerings for, I can. So it's from C to D. I'm going to go ahead and play this C major. I'm jumping forward to the third finger here, so I'm in position here to then roll down this D major shape. And then I'm going to use the same 8/8 similar to I did before. So that's a C to D. Next one is C to D minor. This time I'm using this middle shape of C major. And then I'm jumping forward to, again, starting on a second inversion. Most of these will start on the second inversion. So that's a C to a D minor. The next one, the number 6, is C to E flat. So I'm starting here. Normally I jump forward to here if I'm moving forward using the third finger, but in this case I'm going to use the pinky because I'm going to then hit the second finger on this and go 11, 11, 15, and that's my E flat. Again, 5 root major third. So it's, and I kind of like the sound of that one, so I went ahead and did the E flat minor in a similar one. The only difference is going here instead of here, so that's the minor and major both for the E flat. Number 8 is C into E. So this one, I'm going the C major, then I'm going to use this shape for the E again. This time I'm going to use second finger though, because I'm going to roll that down and then we're going to add the 8/12 from this type of C major. So it goes so that's the C into E. The number 9 is C into E minor. I'm going back to this C major, but now I'm using this again, starting on the inversion. 5 root minor third, so it goes. So that's a C into E minor. Next one is C into F. This I'm going to show in 2 different ways. They're very similar, I'm only changing where the C note goes. So if I want to jump positions, I can go here, and then jump forward to my second finger, so I get this C major. And then I can go F. And that one's good if maybe I want to jump into, again, change positions, go into a scale run or something. But if you want to stay in position, then I could take this C and put it up here. And then everything else is the same. If I tabbed up both those. That one was one that, okay, so that was number 10. And the number 11 is the F minor. I used the same 2 fingerings for that. These 2 are the only ones I changed a little bit from the book. The book pretty much had all these on second inversion or root, and this was going to be root again on the book. But I liked that first inversion, so I wrote these last 2 as the first inversion. So I'm going to do the same shape, but now this note, which is the major minor third, will be moved back here to make it into the minor third. So it goes, so this is C into F minor, or I could do it from this finger. The same thing. All I'm changing is that the beginning note on that. So underneath these, I wrote the fingers that I'm using on it, and I wrote a few other notes of some of the stuff I said, just to remind you if you download this, and so you don't have to come back to the video necessarily. And again, if you like this, I'll do a second part which shows the other 12, but I can also go into more depth on any of these. Please click like, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching.